Saul Murray, a 33-year-old who lived in the town of Luton in England, was a father of 6. He had recently moved into a new flat in the Newtown area after being released from prison. His Instagram boasted luxury items, designer clothing, and even posted an image of 2 Rolex watches, one of which was a Rolex Daytona, which was not so easy to get your hands on. On February 9, 2022, his Instagram caught the attention of a 36-year-old woman from Stratford, London, named Supreet Dhillon. She messaged Saul through Instagram after he posted a video of the 2 Rolex watches. Supreet made advances towards him and sent him flirty, suggestive messages and some voice notes.
Your favorite drink when you do drink? You gotta have a drink with me though, right?
Yeah, I only drink like Hennessy though. Only straight as well.
I drink rum, but I can f with Henny as well. Not a problem. Alright, cool. Seeing as we're doing like weird questions, I've got one for you as well. Have you slept with a like Asian, Italian, coolie girl before?
Following the back and forth conversation on Instagram, they went on to exchange numbers and continued to talk on WhatsApp. A couple of weeks later, Supreet messaged Saul saying she would be in the area to meet a friend and asked if they could meet. He agreed, and she asked for his address, which he sent over. On February 26, 2022, in the late evening, Supreet and her friend traveled to Luton in a Mercedes, which was a hired car. They arrived at the flat around 10 p.m., and the arrival was caught on CCTV at Murray's home. A few hours later, the pair were seen leaving the flat at around 2:30 a.m. One of the women is seen to have gone outside and seemingly taken pictures on her phone. The other, Supreet, doesn't leave the building but comes down to leave the door open with a broom. The other woman later returns. Just under half an hour later, 2 men can be seen entering the building through the door, which had been left open. 20 minutes later, the 2 women are seen leaving the building in a hurry, followed closely by the 2 men, with one of them holding a knife. Not long after, Murray can be seen running to the door undressed, at which point he collapsed and sadly died. A few hours later, a tenant in the building returned home from a night shift around 5 a.m. and called the emergency services. However, it was too late. It quickly turned into a murder case, and detectives reviewed CCTV and Murray's phone data. It didn't take them long to discover Supreet Dhillon was one of the women in the CCTV footage and who Murray had planned to meet that evening. She had an extensive criminal record, which involved a variety of charges, and police later established there had been various other accounts of men stating that they had met Supreet, and she had drugged and robbed them as well. The police visited Supreet's home and arrested her for the murder of Saul Murray.
Open the gates! Open the gates! Supreet, this is Supreet Dhillon. You're under arrest for murder. Look down at your chest. Look down at your chest. This is a taser, capable of 50,000 volts. All right?
Police analyzed her phone and discovered the other woman who went to the flat with Dhillon was Temidayo Aw. She was considerably younger, at only 21 years old, and was a university student in Coventry. Subsequently, the police visited her student accommodation and arrested her. During Supreet's initial interview, she gave no comment throughout. Temidayo doing the same after claiming her innocence and not knowing.
Can I just say something?
Yes.
Honestly, I am traumatized that I'm here, that I'm linked to any type of murder.
Yeah.
I don't know the poor soul, and I'm very gutted that he's dead. Honestly, I didn't murder him. I didn't harm him in any type of way. I'm honestly just an undergraduate student. I just wanted to get my degree.
Okay.
I just wanted to say that now.
Okay.
So that's all I want to say.
Okay.
The police did more digging and managed to trace the connection between the 2 women dating back to 2017, where there was police footage of a raid at Supreet's Jamaican restaurant, as they believed it was being used as a front to sell drugs. After carefully reviewing the body cam footage of the raid, Temidayo was clearly seen, where she was only 16 at the time, which brought further questions of child grooming charges to Supreet. A toxicology exam was ordered, and it was discovered that Murray had been drugged with a date rape drug called GHB. Swabs of Murray's neck and face were taken. Unsurprisingly, traces of both women's DNA were found, indicating there was some sexual contact between both the women and Murray. 2 days before, Voice notes and messages were recovered between the two women and another male, discussing the Instagram post, and Temidayo stating the watch is probably old and not worth more than $3.5 grand and mocking it.
Nearly 25 years old. You probably get that in the shop for like 3.5. Because it's so old.
Bro, they're taking the piss too much. I'm so upset. She is 25 years old. The watch is older than me. Fucking hell. It is what it is. Oh, the watch is upsetting, I'm not gonna lie. But he should have come out of the one that he's a stupid piece of shit.
With the amount of growing evidence, the suspects were both charged with murder. The pair never gave up the two males involved in the murder. However, further investigations of the CCTV and the car used was a rental. They were able to track the car's movements, which led to one of the males being known as Cleon Brown, who was later arrested. Using the vehicle's GPS tracker, the whereabouts of the vehicle was able to be located. On February 27, 2022, just before 5 a.m. CCTV of the vehicle was shown entering a petrol station. A male could be seen coming out the vehicle, asking to use the vacuum in only his socks. This could be because he was aware of any blood being on his trainers. Cleon was called in for questioning. He gave no comment throughout his interview, despite looking nervously at his solicitor various times. As police presented strong evidence against him, Cleon Brown was also charged with murder. After this, the attention of the detectives turned towards the fourth male involved. Following a cell site analysis of Cleon's phone, they were able to find that he was in contact with an unregistered phone number, as well as another number who was the partner of a male named Ikem Affia, who was well known to police. He was the only one to use a burner phone and only one to switch off his phone during the incident, which made him the most difficult to identify. He was also arrested and gave a no-comment interview. Following the vehicle's movements, police were able to find 2 days prior. The two males visited a KFC, which was crucial evidence as Ikem was wearing a coat similar to the fourth male suspect, who was seen holding the knife on the day of the attack. Despite this, police didn't have enough to hold Ikem in cells, so they released him on bail. However, police ordered the same Montclair coat and reenacted the movement of Ikem in the KFC and the flat to strengthen their case. The coat was expensive and a rare piece, with only 69 ordered online, one of which traced back to the address of Ikem Affia's partner. He was also charged with murder. In November 2022, a 10-week trial commenced. During the trial, both the females placed the male suspects at the crime scene, and they were the ones who wanted to search the property, and they didn't want to be a part of it and left immediately. Ikem claimed he attempted to take the watch off Murray, but he woke up and a struggle ensued, which led to him stabbing Murray. It is clear from the crime scene there was some sort of struggle, but Murray was most likely affected by the GHB in his system, acting like a sedative. Supreet Dhillon admitted to playing the role of the honey trap and stated she had done this around 6 other times to men in the past, with the reason being to feed her family, despite having a wardrobe full of designer clothes and other items. She claimed she had brought along her defendant Temidayo on 4 of those occasions. She confirmed the motive and what led to her targeting Saul Murray, which was the post of the 2 Rolex watches. On January 10, 2023, a verdict was reached. Supreet Dhillon, Temidayo, and Cleon Brown were convicted of manslaughter, and Ikem Affia was convicted of murder. In a sad twist, it was found out that the 2 Rolexes they had come to rob were fake. Murray planned to sell the Rolexes and use the money to buy items for his new flat. Only 3 days into moving in, he was murdered. Saul Murray had a criminal record, allegedly committing a similar robbery years earlier, but it appeared he was starting to turn his life around and go legit.